Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, August 7th. This is Texan TV news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. I am Isaac Foster. Here are today's top stories. Tarleton Athletics takes sponsorship deal with North Texas Ford dealers. Potential rezoning in Stephenville faces opposition. First female assistant coach in NBA hired by San Antonio Spurs. Former Marine battles PTSD through river journey. And the AP News Minute and the weather. In campus news, Tarleton Athletics has agreed to a 5-year, $100,000 deal with North Texas Ford dealers for naming rights to the Tarleton Sports Network. The network will now officially be named Tarleton Sports Network, presented by the North Texas Ford dealers. Assistant Athletic Director for Development and Major Gifts, Casey Hogan, called the deal a historic one that would lead the Texans into the future in a partnership with North Texas Ford dealers. Tarleton President Dominic DeTavio said the deal would help the university become a premier student-focused university in Texas and beyond. In local news from the Stephenville Empire-Tribune, a request to the Stephenville City Council to rezone a lot at 252 East Tarleton Street from B1 to 3 faced opposition from those present. Shannon Hammond brought in the request, and if it is accepted, it will allow her to build single-family housing, a duplex, or a townhome on it. The opposition came from the fact that on this spot currently resides the Cornelia Graves School, named after a well-known and loved African-American teacher from Stephenville. Though she never taught at the school when it was built in the 1950s, it was named after her. Many have wanted to turn the school into a community center. A historical commission dedicated a marker to her 2 years ago that was placed on South College Farm Road near where she taught. Also sitting on the lot is a rock structure called the John Beach House, or more commonly known as the Dinner Bell, which is one of the oldest buildings in Stephenville. Over 10 people addressed the city council on the issue, some pro and some con. The council voted to table the issue to allow time for citizens to find ways to preserve the buildings and still satisfy Hammond's request. Now for state, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, the San Antonio Spurs offered a coaching position to Becky Hammond, which she accepted on Tuesday. This will make Hammond the first full-time paid female NBA assistant coach. She will start in her new position after her season playing for the San Antonio Stars and the WNBA is finished. Hammond spoke with the press about what this opportunity means to her and women.
I'm here to be a part of the team. I'm here to help these guys in any way possible, help the coaching staff in any way possible, and really just serve these guys and try to get the best out of them, motivate them, and I'm here to help them. I mean, it's really, when it gets down to it, it's about those guys out there, and you know, kind of the mini team that you have as a coaching staff. You know, it's kind of a team within a team, the coaching staff, and so just whatever I can add to the group. I'm sure Pop will be yelling at me soon enough with the rest of them. It's a high pressure situation for everybody. I mean, we're talking about winning games and winning games at a high level, so I'm ready to be treated just as any other assistant coach. The best way I know how is just to be myself. I don't think there's any magic formula. You know, this is a tremendous opportunity, and I take it with great responsibility. But there is also, as like I said, as cool as it is, there's just the fact that this is basketball, and there's women that have trailblazed much bigger paths, and really trailblazed a path for, you know, things like this to happen. And there's a lot more important things going on in the bigger things. CEOs of companies and women are really in every area. I mean, they're in the surgery rooms, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're COOs, and so even me sitting here today, to be able to have the playing experience that I had as a professional basketball player, women went before me to pave that trail, and so I'm really just reaping benefits of all their hard work and labor.
Hammond was an All-American at Colorado State, one of the WNBA's top 15 players of all time, and competed in the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games with the Russian basketball team. In national news, Marine Joshua PLOETZ spent 2 tours in Afghanistan, was injured in a roadside bomb, and lost friends to both combat and suicide. When he left the war 8 years ago, he found himself coping with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. PLOETZ found a way to cope and inspire those with similar situations with a project he called Paddle Off the Way, in which he took a 71-day trip paddling a canoe the 2,300-mile length of the Mississippi River.
I decided I was going to do the river 2 years ago. Being away from the Marine Corps, you're lost, I guess, in a sense, from your battle buddy, and you feel different, and you can't go back And so when I got on the river, I realized a lot of things in life, or a lot of things that I was doing in life, and put my therapy to work. It slows life down so you can appreciate things. You know, you're only going 5, at tops 8 miles an hour for 51 days. So all you have to do is think about things that you may not want to think about. As much as heartache that I've sustained in Afghanistan and losing my friends after combat, I wouldn't change anything. I would do it all over again. It's a stretcher handle that was taken off a stretcher from a stretcher that was in Helmand Province. It's a symbol of hope. You're gonna have your hiccups in life. You know, you're gonna have your troubles on the river or something down the line, but just keep paddling, and you'll make it through it. Find that person that you're going to talk to, or find the next person that's going to share that story with you, or go to New Orleans where it's going to pump you up to go to the end. I kept pushing on and I made it to the Gulf. That's where my goal was for myself. I hope that more people can connect, and find a river that they need to paddle down.
PLOETZ was greeted by about 100 Marines in uniform and a band when he made it to New Orleans, and has used this experience to raise awareness for veterans with PTSD. For more of the top national and international news, we'll go to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Hurricane Iselle is expected to arrive on the Big Island of Hawaii on Thursday, bringing heavy rains and winds gusting to 85 miles per hour. It's expected to be Hawaii's first direct hit from a hurricane in 22 years. Residents of more than 200 homes in the Columbia River Gorge in Oregon have been ordered to evacuate. A wildfire is quickly spreading east of Portland. Authorities in Nigeria are trying to get more isolation tents to keep the Ebola virus from spreading. The virus is blamed for hundreds of deaths in at least 4 African countries. And the National Park Service is proposing a ban on commercial fishing in Biscayne Bay National Park off the coast of Miami. It wants to prevent overfishing in an area where people have fished for generations. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
Today's weather forecast, provided by weather.com, is mostly sunny with a high of 102 and a low of 77 tonight with no chance of rain. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan TV News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news, as well as all of your entertainment and sports news. Today's broadcast was produced by Ashley Husbands, Bethany Kyle, and Todd Coley, Rachel Peoples, and Sarah Gann. I am Isaac Foster. Have a wonderful day, Tarleton Texans.